So, you finally arrived. Great to have you. Though it may come to a surprise to some of you, but not all of you, it's me, Angus McNevin, in the virtual flesh. Now, this isn't a recreation of what I really look like. I look a whole lot better. But anyway, putting that aside, I've got a beautiful smile and assets which are worth the while.
Oh my God!
I'm a Veas's left-hand man, as you can see, which is one of many reasons. And not to sound conceited, but I've never once been defeated. Now that I'm done with that, I can tell you what I really wanted to say, which is that I'm here today to tell some of you who aren't in the know some juicy info. Heh, that rhymed. That wasn't scripted. But none of this is, of course. There have been many great things which happened over many years, not millennium, yet, right? And you probably don't know about it because you got to be pretty cool. And so there's a lot of people who aren't cool. Maybe some of you are kind of cool or have the potential to be of use to me, right? And so, let me bring you over here. This is your once in a lifetime opportunity, right? I'm knocking on the door. If you don't fucking let me in, I'm not coming in. That's like, I'm like a supernatural being. I have that, sort of rule set. Anyway, with that out of the way, now that that's out of the way, 3 times in a row, and then something special is going to happen. Something weird is going to happen. All right. And so it's probably right to begin closer to the beginning with all of this information dumping. We got the whole lore dump going on, like I'm in some bad fantasy novel. But this isn't some bad fantasy novel. There's some fantastical things which are reality, as it would seem. And so, if you haven't already been in the know, you might have missed out on, the whole Depth 000 update. You probably didn't even know that was a whole update. There was an update before that. It didn't have a name. We had the whole COS path update and all the puzzles there within and a lot of different hidden paths that don't really go that far, but that's because the whole, well, I don't want to spoil it, right? Anyway, if you know, the whole couple-year project of Moon of Codes. You may have missed out on that. You might not be in the know. A lot of people, apparently, even in the inner circles, missed out on a terminal here or there. They didn't even know there's an entire extra terminal. That's a pretty big deal if you like the terminals, which, if you're watching this, you probably do. But if you don't, there's many, many, many reasons to like it if you would only go to my goddamn fucking website and look at it, right? Look at the source. Look inside of yourself. Why are you such a failure? These are the kind of questions that can not only be answered, but solved on my website and my website alone. So there's some cool updates. I'm kind of getting off topic here. I'm getting a little distracted. But that's kind of what the whole site's about, man. Starts small, gets bigger. You're left with like a crisis, an existential crisis in a bottle. That's what you might, consider my site to be. But anyway, if you weren't in the know, now maybe you know a little bit more that there's been several updates here or there, and even a smaller one related to the creation of the TA. But we'll get into that later. But there's been some content added that wasn't always there in several places, and there's some stuff that's even being added right now, even though I should be writing a lot more. But hey, that's what happens, when you get lost in the sauce. Am I right? And if you've been to my Twitter account at all, you may have seen the art contest I held. Was pretty pathetic, right? I didn't get many submissions, but people still had fun. People still won. And hey, we got some more terminal art out of it, even if some of y'all, you didn't follow the rules, and so you had no chance of winning any money. But hey, I put my own money on the line for the sake all probes, all peoples, well, my peoples, right? What do you mean you people? Okay, let's not get into that right now. But, I had that whole art contest thing, which is a little, fun little group thing, but you may have missed out, even if you follow my Twitter and were on there, because Twitter likes to hide shit. But if you were in, my community, my Discord community, you may have seen it, but let's not get into that yet, right? Art related and related to the Discord is it was related and Twitter related as well. After that, I think it was after that, I had the entire human art exhibition, which is a whole nother part of the MOC, Moon of Codes update. I didn't know if I was going to say it or not, but I said it anyway. I said both. Your boy can do both, for sure. That whole thing, that was pretty cool. If you don't know about it, basically I let people submit their own art, and they're part of a little art exhibition inside of the terminals, in an entire art terminal, no less, which is going to be expanded upon with an entire edition, which is not out yet because people are still working on it slowly. I'm not trying to rush them. They can do whatever they want. But there's an entire lab terminal going on. That's right. A collaboration terminal. Not just submitting one piece of art. We're having people who could submit, I don't hope it's not 1,000, a million pieces of art, as long as it's reasonable. So that's would probably be unreasonable, right? But if you haven't been paying attention, you missed out. You missed your window of opportunity to add your mark on the terminals and maybe make some cool shit along the way, right? Make some friends along the way. Learn some art tips if you're on the Discord, how to make cool art. And so if you would have been in my Discord server, you would have had a heads up on all these community events and more.
Angus McNiven, also known as Lolita Slush on the internet, is the leader of a pedophile group called Terminal OO. Little girls that reach the double digits are terminal soul on set.
It's been pretty dead, or maybe not. It's been pretty dead lately because I've been putting a lot of time and effort into the Discord server, right? Which ties back into the collaboration terminal, right? So not only do people in the Discord server get to vote on like the, inner workings of the terminal gathering, right? Like, suggestion for a different channel, maybe an emoji or whatever. They were also given the democratic vote. They didn't have to make it, but they did, right? Add a puzzle to the server. Close down the gate. Instead of opening the gate, we close the gate, which kind of goes against everything, but don't think too much about it. It's not how we really are, We're still going to open the gate. This wasn't the real gate. This is a Discord gate. Discord mods, they're not real people anyway. So, forgetting about that, throw my gang signs and all that. What's up, East Side Discord? Oh, mess you up. Well, I don't know what I can say on YouTube. What the fuck was I saying? They added a puzzle to the server and it shut down all the noobs and all the children from Roblox coming in. Although some Roblox people that came in, they're not children. They are like the most epic of gamers, and so they're pretty cool. Not hating on Roblox people. Anyway, so there's a whole puzzle added, which is pretty sick. Not gonna lie, it's not even that hard if you have a brain. You could probably figure it out, or you could cheat your way in. A lot of people have cheated, many people have tried and failed to cheat. It's okay. Anyway, so with that being said, I gave a reward, right? I mean, I didn't have to. I gave some people some fucking free Discord Nitro. Not like that means anything. It's just some extra stuff. But, at that, I thought that's a little too simple. We got to go a little harder on this, right? We got to give them something more. So that's where the whole terminal collaboration came in. And so if you weren't a part of it, like a lot of people, they were lurking, right? They were lurking, looking at the other girls and their websites, which kind of pisses me off, honestly. They didn't get a part of that. They slept on it. They couldn't complete the puzzle in time after it was implemented. They got ejected, right? Not banned, but they got ejected, right? The people who had never interacted at all and just joined the server and were like sitting in like purgatory, they did get banned, but to be honest, they all had really stupid usernames and they seemed like a bunch of e-boys and e-girls, and we don't need any more of those. I mean, there are a dime a dozen if that's how you use that rightly. Anyway, and so, yeah, if you missed out, sucks to be you, pretty much. So you may have missed out on several cool things, right? Things you maybe never knew about, maybe you knew about, but you were lazy. You didn't have the skill set. That's all well and dandy, right? But the server's still there, right? The community has never been stronger. I may have killed hundreds of users, right, who couldn't do the puzzle, right, that were not active, AFK, sleeping on the job, disrespecting the sanctity of my Discord server. Punishable by death, right? And so, if you want to level up, it's still there. Another point which I touched upon, but briefly, was TA, the Terminal Army, which was created pretty recently and only as a result of the VR chat meetings, which I launched after we ejected many, we could call them people, but are they people? Let's let science decide that. But anyway, after we ejected them, destroyed them, we got the VR chat meetings on lock. Only those cool enough to persist after the extinction event, which they caused, no doubt, were we able to cultivate true knights of Aveos and to launch our genocide crusade against all who would stand in our way. All right? It's a holy, righteous, well-meaning, legal genocide, I think, or obliteration, domination, evisceration, vivisection, or whatever you want to say. It's all good. It's all well and good. There's nothing quite wrong about it. Anyway, which leads me back to, why are you really in VR chat? Why are you really in this beautiful avatar? I know. It's not because of the dress, if you can believe it. It's for all of you. I fight for you. In Aveos' name, I will slaughter our enemies. Can you say the same? You say the same! However, there's not just one Discord server. There are at least two to my knowledge, and one is of my own design. Now, not that important unless you think there's only one, right? One's readily available at this point in time, one is not. One is moderated, while one is not. You see, there's a big story to be told here, but let's not get into it, right? Wait, we are around a campfire there. Wait, let me just, fuck. Just bring you guys in to the power of technology. Whoa. I mean, all right. Okay. So basically, my community jumped the gun and made a Reddit server. Now, if you want to go there, cool. But at this point in time, it's basically filled with the slop of the community, okay? There's no real beating around the bush here. I mean, there are bushes. It's a pixel forest over here. We're not doing that, right? It's kind of the quarantine server, all right? There's a bunch of kids there. There's a bunch of psychopaths there. There's a bunch of trolls there. All right, so if you wanted to get into the Discord community server and you went there and you thought that was it, like some people have, you'd be disappointed, right? You'd probably say, "What the fuck? This sucks." And I even say that to this very day, you know. And I know I shouldn't be surprised. There's no surprise, you know. But anyway,